inside of this bus for 113 days.
Garbage
Before
ass
he
dummy.
unfortunately died of starvation. While Christopher's story is obviously tragic, the movie about his life, Into the Wild, really focuses on Christopher's unrelenting spirit and his constant drive towards getting the thing he wants the most, which is freedom. And so at the end of this movie, the audience is left feeling not sad, but inspired. Inspired to take big risks in life and seek out adventure before it's too late. One audience member who was totally inspired by Christopher McCandless's life story was an 18-year-old young man named Matt Higgins who lived in Oregon. Matt was about to graduate high school, and unlike a lot of his peers, he had no idea what he should do after graduation, whether it was get a job or go to school. But after watching Into the Wild, a third option appeared to him, which was to head off into the wild, just like Christopher McCandless had done, except not permanently. Matt quickly fell in love with this option. He viewed it as a chance to kind of take a break from reality and go find himself, and then at the end of his stint in the wild, he could come back and, get a job or go to school. And so Matt's official Into the Wild plan was that he would graduate in 2007, and then in the spring of 2008, he would hike the entirety of the California section of the infamously rugged and beautiful Pacific Crest Trail. And he would do this all on his own. This section of the Pacific Crest Trail that he planned on hiking was roughly 1,700 miles long. It began on the border of Mexico in Southern California, and it wound its way north up to Oregon. The trail cut through deserts and up and over mountains, and there was lots of dangerous wildlife to contend with. And on top of that, there were many points along this trail where hikers were very isolated. They were not anywhere near civilization, and so if anything were to happen to them, they'd be on their own. And so, naturally, this hike was not a beginner hike. However, Matt was not a beginner hiker. He had grown up hiking and camping all over
Get shit
Oregon
on.
and the
Get
western
shit
United
on.
States. He had spent time in totally well-marked and safe
Shut
areas, and he had also spent time hiking around very dangerous and isolated areas where there were cougars and bears and unmarked cliffs everywhere. And so Matt felt like, with his experience in the outdoors, he was perfectly suited to take on this big of an adventure. And in many ways, that was true. However, something was going to happen to him while he was out on the Pacific Crest Trail that no amount of hiking or camping experience could have prepared him for. So, Matt graduated from high school in 2007, and in keeping with his plan, in the spring of 2008, he packed up his stuff, he headed to the airport, and he flew south to Southern California. And when he got there, he made his way all the way south to the border of Mexico, and there he picked up the start of the Pacific Crest Trail, and he began heading home. For the first 8 weeks of his hike, Matt would spend the entire day hiking as far as his body would allow him, and then at night, when it got too dark or when he got too tired, he would just set up his campsite right off the edge of the trail, and then after a quick bite to eat, he'd climb inside of his tent and he'd go to sleep. And then the next day, he'd get up early and he'd do it all over again. During those first few weeks, the only real adversity that Matt ever faced, beyond just kind of normal fatigue from long-distance hiking, was at one point he got a little dehydrated, and another time he almost stepped on a rattlesnake. So besides those two things, really the hike had actually been fairly routine.
Yo, come to
by
A, come to
Matt's
A.
standards.
Or B,
But
whatever.
when he reached the Lasso National Forest, which is a very dense
Plant that shit,
forest
nigga.
in northern California, located about 150 miles from the end of his hike, so the border of Oregon, when he got there, this hike of his would become anything but routine. Not long after stepping foot in Lassen Forest, Matt found himself walking along this winding dirt path where the trees on both sides of this path were pressed tightly up against the edges.
He's coming up from my left.
And because
Behind me
of
to
how
my left.
densely packed the trees were together, it was almost like he had these walls on either side of him that extended 100 feet into the air. And so it was very quiet and very dark.
This guy is walling, dude.
But Matt was enjoying it. All he could hear was the
I'm telling you, this nigga's walling. There's no fucking way she knew I was there.
And so Matt's just kind of meandering his way through the forest. He's
Whatever,
in no
dude.
rush.
Get reported.
And at some point, the trail toward to the right.
Genitals is fucking wall hacking. There's no way she knew I was there.
And what he sees
Hell
kind of
no.
startles him. About 20 feet away from him, off to the right right side of the trail is this big boulder, and sitting on this boulder are two middle-aged people, a man and a woman. They were both dressed head to toe in white. They both looked very dirty and disheveled. The man had this big, unkempt beard, and both of them were just staring daggers at Matt. And so Matt felt awkward, and he immediately looked down as he continued walking towards them. But as he got within a few feet, he looked up and kind of awkwardly smiled at them and waved and said hi, and they didn't respond. They just continued to stare at him with no discernible expression on their face, and they watched him as he walked right past them. And so after Matt walked past these two people in white, he felt really uncomfortable because he knew they were still definitely staring at him as he walked away, and he didn't want to turn around and meet their eye contact. And so he's just kind of walking away, feeling that uncomfortable feeling of someone staring at him.
Your reaction time sucks.
Why didn't they at least wave or acknowledge him in some way? Especially considering the fact that on the Pacific Crest Trail, people go days without seeing other people. Matt, in fact, had not seen another person in days until he saw these two. And so he's thinking, how rude is that to just completely not react when another person walks past you on this trail? But Matt told himself, you know what, I don't know these people. I don't know what their issues are. For all I know, they're foreign and they didn't understand what I said. And so maybe that's why they didn't say hello back. Who knows? But you know what? It's none of my business. And so Matt just continued walking along. He never turned around to look back at these two people in white.
I love how he's got
a few hours later, when
computer.
the sun was starting to set, Matt was still walking along this winding trail with huge trees on either side of him, so visibility was getting pretty poor, and so he began looking for a place to make his camp. But because of how close these trees were to the edge of this trail, and considering how dense these trees were, there was no spot for him to make his campsite without completely blocking the trail. And Matt did not want to block the trail for other people, and so what he did is he left the trail and walked 300 feet or so into these thick trees, where he found this little clearing, and that's where he set up his tent. Once it was all set up, he made some food for himself on his little stove, and then after he was done eating, he packaged up all of his leftover food inside of a waterproof bag. He sealed that up, and then he tied some cord to the bag and threw the bag up and over a branch of a nearby tree and kind of tied it off so the bag was sitting well off the ground. This was to make sure no bears could get to his food. And so after his leftovers were secured high up in a tree, it was totally pitch black up.
Autistic like your mother, bitch.
You ain't right fucking past them, bro.
How is he not dead? He hit him so many times.
You are fucking dog shit, Lizzie.
Y'all need to hold my nades.
Dude, you guys are fucking joking, bro.
Bitch, I
Can't take
punch
that
you
shot.
in the
Maybe
chest.
next time, let me hold my cock in your mouth.
Bro, you don't need to eat.
Oh, it's a faggot on our team.
That's not me. What do you mean? I'm probably the only gay person
gay
on the
as
team,
fuck.
which is why I said that. I wasn't blowing in no mic. I was taking a bong rip, dude. That was the kid on the other team. I don't blow in the mic. I'm 26 years old, dude. I don't do that gay shit.
Time, you know, if you're old enough to know how to count, maybe you figure it out.
Hey.
As soon as you turn off that music, you went around.
It's funny you saying turn off that music, we'll win a round when we're up by 3 rounds. That's fucking hilarious. Laughing my ass off, LOL. 420 plays at Yellow. He's one shot.
We have the device. Launching Bomber Alpha. Device in place. Countdown started. Movement here.
You need to sit down, it's time to talk and have this conversation. I don't want to talk, honestly, I do not care. It's time you find some concentration. Listen to understand life is crazy, and lately it had a whole lot of changes. The life that I live in, the trauma I got, I feel like I should be allowed to hate this. You get angry at everybody, you push them away so they don't hear.
Get dick ass. What the fuck is this nigga on about?
About time your bitch ass came out of hiding. About time your bitch ass came out of hiding.
Bro, hey, what the fuck? Bro, just kill yourself already. Just kill yourself already. Just kill yourself already, bro.
What's funny, if I did do that, they'd be in jail for 25 to life for encouraging suicide. That's the funniest part. It's the same. You think it's true, the same as first-degree murder. That's the funniest part.
Depression I have and the trauma I got, I feel like that overtook me. What is the point of me talking right now? Because everybody overlooks me.
I died. Okay, he's kidding me.
Bitch. Just fucking
We
kill
don't want to
yourself.
hear that shit, bro.
If I did kill myself, the funniest part off, if I did kill myself, y'all would be in prison like Michelle Carter for 20 years. So be careful who you tell that to.
That's cool. No, that's cool. Still kill yourself, bro.
Be careful who you tell that to, bro.
Bro,
be careful who you tell that to. Be careful who you tell that to.
I gave my order. You can tell me I'm wrong, but I offer every part of me, every inch torn off with her. I promise her that she'll always be mine. Got me thinking that is all in my head. Got me tripping when I lay in my bed. Got me feeling that.
Gotta record that actually. I'm gonna save that and upload it. Hold on, what do I? Wrong button.
Yes.